it's Sunny. Welcome, welcome. So, a question I get a lot is, as a lady, how do I feel the difference between a man doing a chasse or a lock? So I'd like to cover that today. This is a super common sequence in your waltz or your quick step, but the technique piece will be the same that we're looking for. And leads, this will be helpful for you too, because if you don't do these leads that I'm talking about, she might not follow you. So let's get started. I'll talk about the man's part first, then I'll talk about the ladies' part, the second half of the video. So, men, when you're doing a chasse, whether it's a progressive chasse to the right or chasse from promenade, we're going to have a really low legs, parallel feet. Let's show what that looks like. I'm going to do a chasse from promenade first, okay? So forward on the right heel, side, together, and notice the feet are parallel, side and slightly forward. Show that again. Toe flat heel, toe, toe, toe. And you'll notice there's a slight rise in the end. I'll exaggerate that so you can see it. Down, down, down. Be careful not to rise here, you'll be tempted. And then down, up, down. And I'll show that kind of at speed in a waltz just so you can kind of feel the mojo. 1, 2, and 3, and da. Okay? What I see a lot of is rising up too far. That would look like this. 1, 2, and 3 on straight legs. Straight legs are not as balanced as a man. You have a lot of body weight, muscle weight up here. It's going to tip you over on your girl. And I really have a hard time feeling where he is when he's up high. If he's down low, we're very balanced. So think soccer goalie. You're low in that goal. This is way more balanced position than up high. Okay? So for lady, I'm looking for down, 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 up, down for the rise and fall to indicate it's a chasse. If it were a lock, there wouldn't be a rise at the end. There would be down, 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 down. It's much flatter. Okay? Another big difference I'm looking at as lady in a chasse versus a lock is there's turnout in step 2 of the lock. I would say this is going to be the most important piece that the lady's looking for. So in a chasse, I'll have you zoom in on my feet here in a second. Forward. Okay, zoom in on the feet. You see how they're exactly the same alignment. The toes are lined up. They're both heading the same direction. And then I finish it out. Now zoom out. For the lock, I have big turnout with that back foot. So here is the same, but check out my right foot turned out. So let's zoom in. I had a line going from this back foot, front foot, out. So that turnout is essential. Instead of just turning that foot, I'd recommend even thinking about turning the hip. It's going to be even easier for a follow. So I'll show that. Oops. Now, here is the lock. Forward, step, hook with turnout, forward. I'll show that again. Heel, toe, toe, toe. Okay? I want to snap that lock position. The chasse is a little bit of a lazier timing. That chasse is tap, tap, tap. So slow, quick, and slow. As lady, I can definitely feel the nuance in that timing when you slam that out. I can feel the foot angle is here instead of here. Okay, and my final suggestion leads to make this very easy for her to follow is dance slightly into the girl. So many leads, most of them at best dance straight down the line and often even dance away from the lady. Whether it's a chasse or lock doesn't matter. And it's extremely hard, even for a very good follow, to feel what your feet are doing when you're dancing away. So if this is our boards, what I would like to do is slightly head towards the wall. Whether it's a chasse or lock doesn't matter, I'll show both. So a chasse, see how my final step came slightly forward. That's good. What we don't want, what you'd be tempted to do is, oh, I don't want to step on her. Dance away. Okay, as lady, that's very confusing. She should give as much pressure back to you as you give to her. So the net result will be down line, but we definitely both have a slight forward pressure into each other. And I've heard this taught many different ways from elite level pros. Some have a very light forward connection, some have a heavy forward connection, especially more advanced figures. But the important thing is for you, think about going slightly to the outside wall so she can feel what your feet are doing. So I'll show that now in terms of a lock going down the boards. This is my line of dance. I'm going to do a chasse the good way. Forward, step, close, side, and slightly forward. So I'm crossing the boards. And here's the not so good chasse, harder for follow, forward, and I'm going away. Very hard for her to follow. So leads, our key points today. Dance into the girl. The delayed rise in the chasse. For the lock, turning that foot out. For the chasse, exactly closing the feet. Definitely don't want sloppy passing feet. I'm not really sure what that is. Or turn out here. Feet are 2 toes, same angle. Crossing the boards into the wall. And that's it in a nutshell. Ladies, let's switch gears, give you a couple helpful nuggets. So what am I looking for? Firstly, let's cover our footwork. So I'm going to head down line of dance this way. We'll do a chasse from promenade first, lady. I'm going heel, toe, toe, toe. For my chasse, I'll show that one more time. For a waltz, that would be 1, 2, and 3. Now I'll show down line of dance this way. I have a forward, side, close, back. Now I'll show down line of dance this way. Back, and I have a toe flat heel, and I drive it long, side, close, side. Okay. So, ladies, and we'll cover chasse first, lock second. If I think I'm always going to assume a chasse. If I think he's doing a chasse, vote for chasse if you're not sure. That's your number one cheat. Chasse is a little more common than the lock. Okay. If I'm going from promenade, very rare that I would do a lock there. That would be an open level figure, so I can just assume that he's going to do a chasse. So when in doubt, do the chasse. That's my first cheat. Number 2, if his feet are parallel, if I don't feel the hip pull away from me, I'm just going to close my feet. If you feel what looks to you to be his left hip suck away from you, then you're going to try to be parallel with that, and you'll automatically cross the feet and lock. That's a different figure. So I'm feeling down, 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 up, down. Oh, that was definitely a chasse. And I'm feeling a smooth transition of the hips. Down, hips are smooth. I didn't feel any dramatic staccato hip action. Versus a chasse. Now, I'm going to feel this step when I go in front with my left foot to be really fast compared to a pulling chasse. And I'm going to feel that hip suck away. So, and this would always initiate from going back on the left foot. So I'll show it that way. In the middle of your routine, back, step. Now I feel the hip change. Out. Ladies, couple suggestions for you. Remember, always assume it's a chasse. I also need to be an educated follow, so I know what the options are. If he's just in a chasse from, like even like a progressive chasse to right, and he goes back on a slow, I intellectually know, oh, this likely could be another lock. So there are times in the choreography that I'm kind of expecting it, that it would just be likely that he would be doing one. So I know it's boring to read the IICD, but we definitely ask your teacher, you know, where would he put a lock? Because there is a limited number of figures that you can put this behind. So ladies, again, I'll show just that lock step. Back, step, hook in front, finish out. Little suggestion for you ladies, try and stay underneath your partner, lower than your partner at all times. And I also want to cross my board. So a common mistake I see with ladies is if you're doing a chasse or a lock, here's a chasse, and then you dance away from the partner. I'm actually in front of him, so if anything, I want to try to cross the board side and slightly forward to the middle of the room. That would look like this. I'm going to exaggerate so you can see, because this is the board. Forward, and I'm crossing the boards. Now, in real life, I'm not going to cross that many boards. But we will counterbalance each other. He's trying to go slightly to the wall. I'm trying to go slightly to the center. And we have a nice snug connection on the bottom. So I'll show that in terms of a lock this time. So what I don't want to do is back, dance away. Now, that lock very well could go diagonal wall. But if I automatically dance at diagonal wall, I give him no choice. And whether you're competing or social dancing, he might need to change the angle. He might need to take it diagonal center. So if you always take it that way, he has the option to lead otherwise. So for that lock, I'm going to try to dance at slightly diagonal center. I'm going to try to go slightly to the middle of the room. It's very easy for him to push you back to the wall if he wants you to go down line. Or if he even wants you to change, take it a strong diagonal wall. If you're trying to push that way, you can easily do that. If you go this way, and he wants to go that way, he's going to start arming you to drag you there, and then once you get in that position, he's just going to drag you the whole time. It's super uncomfortable for you. Okay, ladies, let me sew that from another angle. I'm coming down line and dance this way. So for your chasse, these are my boards. So here's your chasse. Try to cross the board, stay lower than your partner the whole time. Just like the lead, I don't want to have a super high close. As a matter of fact, this lady, I want even lower legs than the lead. That's going to give you that pretty shape you want. And for the lock, I do want to slightly cross the boards in case he wants to take it that way. But reality is, he could take it down line. Or he could come around you if he wants and take you to the wall. But I never want to go to the wall on my own. I want to make him lead that. And we're always lower than him. And like all the figures we're always aiming for having our head left of our butt. So lift this side really long. I'll show that coming down line of dance this way. And that's the best way to see it. So on my walk, that would look like this. Slow, quick, and slow. So my head's left of my butt, it's not back here. Here. Same thing for the chasse. My head, whether I'm in promenade position or close, it's left of my butt, it's not forward, it's not center, back here. I'm going to give him a nice forward connection through his back leg. My head's left, and it's still left. And a lock, it's left, and it's still left the whole time, low and left. So those are some little helpful nuggets to make it easier for him to lead you, and you hopefully now know what to look for with that dramatic thump, hip turn out, and kind of fast syncopated timing for that lock. So hope that's been helpful. If you have any other questions, shoot them to me, put it in the comments, and I'm always happy to post another video for you. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you next time. If you liked, please press that like button and subscribe button. Talk to you soon. Have a great week. Bye, guys.